Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. In today's video, I'm excited because I'm going to show you my birthday perfume haul. Yesterday was my birthday and it was such an amazing day. I got spoiled with a lot of perfumes and I am excited to share it with you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. I love all things perfume, beauty, makeup. If you are into that kind of content, I would love it if you would subscribe. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I really appreciate you. If you are interested in seeing my birthday perfume haul, then just keep on watching. Yesterday was such an amazing day. It was one of the best birthdays I think I've ever had. My husband went all out and just spoiled me rotten, and he's just such a good man, and I had just a great time. So my love languages are quality time and gifts. Those are like my top ones. And so yesterday he took me out and he had already bought me a bunch of perfumes that he knew that I wanted, but then we went to a bunch of different stores and he sat there with me all day and smelled perfumes with me. So we were able to test out quite a few perfumes. I had quite a few of them that I was curious about, that were on my radar, that I wasn't sure if I wanted to put on my wish list. And I got to sniff a bunch of them that I was curious about. So that was so great and so fun. So I have 9 perfumes to share with you today. So the first one I'm not going to go into too much detail about because I already did a full dedicated review. This is by Herrera. This is Very Good Girl Glam. Now I got to open this one. This is the only one I got to open early because I did want to do a review on it and I wanted to get it out sooner than today. This is what the bottle looks like. It's kind of like a dark pink see-through and then has glitter on the end. To me, this smells very much like the original Very Good Girl, but with just a little bit of cherry and almond twist to it. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you really want to know about this perfume, please check out my full review, but spoiler alert, I really like it. I think it's pretty. I don't think it's really that much different from Very Good Girl, but I do like the added cherry and almond that is in here. And I think it's a fun, cute, playful springtime perfume, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. All right, up next, I have a couple of Chanel fragrances that I have added to my collection, which is hilarious to me because if you were to tell me even like a year ago that I would end up being such a die-hard Chanel perfume fan, I think that I would have probably laughed at you. I just never thought Chanel was for me. I did not think that house was for me. I remember going to the counter a couple of years ago before I really got into perfumes, sniffing Chanel fragrances and just being like, no, those aren't for me. They smelled mature, old-fashioned, vintage. I don't know. I don't know what happened, you guys. I really don't. But when I really started getting into perfumes, I started giving things that I had tried before another chance because our noses change and I just wanted to kind of refresh my memory on certain perfumes. I don't know what happened, but it seems like every Chanel fragrance I've been trying lately, I have been absolutely loving. I think there's something in the DNA of Chanel fragrances that is just so incredibly appealing to me. There's something warm and just super classy and sophisticated smelling in Chanel fragrances that just gets me. So anyway, the first one I want to talk about is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. This is the EDP. Now, I've tried the EDT and I like it, but I much prefer the EDP. I think this is better performance, and this leans more on the floral side where the EDT is kind of like a fresher perfume, and I like it. I think it's pretty, but this is kind of more my speed. Now, like I said, I did test out the EDT and I found the performance to be good, but I didn't find it to be great. You know, I thought it was just kind of moderate, where the EDP is a great performer on me. This lasts all day long and it's just beautiful. It's really just simple. It's very simple. It's not like a super complex scent. It has quince in the opening. It has some rose. So it's like a citrusy, floral, musky scent. But it's, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, you guys. I can't get enough of it. It's classy. It's elegant, it's sophisticated, but it is so easy to wear. This isn't like your typical fruity floral. Like sometimes sweet fruity florals can come across as just very carefree, and this is carefree. It's easy to wear, but there is no denying like the classiness that comes with this perfume. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like it's just, There's something with Chanel fragrances. And I asked myself, you know, am I just getting caught up in the hype, or maybe I'm getting caught up in the name? Like, oh, it's Chanel, so it's so classy. You know what I mean? Like, was I doing that? You know, in my mind, was I like tricking myself into thinking that somehow this smelled a certain kind of way because it's Chanel? And I really thought about that for a while, and I was like, no, I actually really enjoy Chanel fragrances. There is truly something in them that my nose picks up that I just can't get enough of. If you are a Chanel fan, leave me a comment and let me know if you know what I mean. Do you understand what I'm saying, or are you like, no, Chanel's not for me? I know Chanel's not for everybody. Like, Chanel's just not for everybody. But lately, I have just been going crazy. I have one more Chanel fragrance I want to add to my collection, as of right now anyway. And I think my Chanel collection will be complete. But anyway, I'm super happy to have this one in my collection. This is perfect for spring, perfect for summer. Very easy to wear, but still very classy and beautiful and just pretty. It's just pretty. Okay, this next one I tried by Chanel, I did not think I was going to like at all. I had no expectations to like this perfume because this perfume came out in 1984. And I thought, no way, it's gonna be way too vintage and old-fashioned for me. I have no explanation, but this is the original Coco. I smelled it and I was shocked. I was shocked. I smelled it, I put it on my skin, and I was like, oh my God, I love this. I remember smelling this 2 years ago and thinking this was horrid. Horrid, okay? It does smell a tiny bit vintagey, like I can pick up on that 80s kind of vibe, you know what I mean? But I don't even care because it's beautiful. This is amber, it's warm and spicy, it's a little sweet, and it is a powerhouse. There are a lot of notes in here, you guys. There's some rose, there's some peach, there's jasmine, cloves, orange blossom, mimosa. The base you have amber and sandalwood. The amber is really, I smell a lot of the amber in here, a lot of sandalwood. To me, it almost smells timeless. It's like, you know how Coco Mademoiselle is just like this timeless, classic, elegant, sophisticated type of fragrance? I just feel like Coco is the same thing, but her older sister. Now, this is going to be difficult for me to wear in the spring and summer. I don't see myself reaching for this a whole lot right now. It's a very heavy fragrance. It's very potent, and I see myself wearing this more in the fall and winter. Performance is fantastic. This one is such a beauty, and I'm very happy to have it. All right, this next one I've had my eye on for a very long time, and this one is a little bit more modern, a little bit more youthful, and that is none other than Gabrielle Essence. This is the EDP, and I think this is so beautiful, especially for this time of year. So to me, this is like the epitome of spring and summer, because in the opening, you've got some fruits, you've got peach and black currant, you have some citruses, and in the mid, you have like ylang ylang and coconut. You have some orange blossom. You have some like tropical twist. There's tuberose in here as well. And then base notes, you have musk, vanilla, and sandalwood. So this is kind of a white, floral, semi-citrusy, sweet, tropical type of fragrance that is just going to be absolutely perfect for spring and summer. I cannot wait to wear this. This is going to be an incredibly easy reach. And when I opened up the box and I saw the size of this, I was like, oh yeah, I got the wrong size. Because this is another one of those fragrances that I feel like I could just burn through. Whereas like Coco, you know, I feel like I'm only going to reach for that on certain occasions. I'm not going to be in the mood for something that strong and that, you know, 80s every single day. But this one, I could see this would be such an easy reach. I could definitely wear this every day in the spring and summer. And so I probably should have gotten a bigger bottle. The lasting power is fantastic, and I can see myself totally rocking this in the summer. All right, I've talked about this fragrance before, but I just had a small travel size of it, which I am almost completely out of. So I knew I needed to get a bigger size bottle, but this is by Kayali. This is Déjà Vu White Flower 57. I am so happy to have a bigger size bottle in my collection because this is one of my easiest reach perfumes, especially for springtime. This is everything I love in a perfume. I love this perfume so much, and I'm so happy to have this. This is one of those perfumes I think I'll just keep repurchasing. I really don't think I'm gonna ever want to be out of this. This is white floral done right. You know, this is like a modern, beautiful, sweet white floral. It's not a heady white floral. It's not heavy. It's just a gorgeous combination. It's got some fruits in the opening. It's got some nectarine and some pear, which makes it kind of juicy and sweet. But then you have these incredibly beautiful white florals, which I'm a huge fan of white florals. It has your, you know, orange blossom, jasmine, tuberose, gardenia. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. And then in the base you have vanilla and patchouli, which are two notes that I absolutely adore in the base of my perfumes. I think patchouli is just, if it's done right, if it's not a dirty, earthy patchouli, you know, if it's just that warm patchouli that warms the fragrance up and helps give it some lasting power and some depth. And then of course I love vanilla. So this is good, you guys. This is so good. I have absolutely been loving it. Like I said, I am almost completely out of my travel size. I wear it quite often. My husband really likes this one too. I do have to overspray this though, because the performance is, it's only moderate. And so I really overspray. But if I overspray, then I don't have any problems with the performance. If you are looking for an easy, feminine, beautiful reach, just something sweet and white floral, and with some vanilla and some warm patchouli in the base, I highly recommend this one. I think you would absolutely love it. Okay, this next perfume shocked me. My mom actually gave this to me. My mom actually bought this perfume for herself, and she loved the way that it smelled when she smelled it in the store and like tested it on paper. But when she put it on her skin, it didn't work out for her. It just didn't mix well with her skin chemistry. So she gifted it to me, and I'm super surprised at how much I love this, because this isn't my typical scent. And this is by Giorgio Armani, and this is the Ocean di Gioia. This is absolutely beautiful. And like I said, this is not really my typical scent profile, but I really love it. It's got white florals, but it's also fresh. And it says one of the main accords is that it's green, and I don't typically go for green. I don't really like green in my fragrances very often. There are some exceptions, but well, obviously this is an exception because I really like it. This is fruity, it's sweet, it's musky, it's a little salty, aquatic, powdery. So I really love pear in my fragrances, I'm finding out. I do pick up on some of those citrusy notes, but it's not too much. And then there's water jasmine, so it's kind of aquatic. There's salt, which I do love. I love salt in fragrances. I'm finding out that that seems to be like a sweet, salty fragrance combination, seems to be something I really enjoy. There's lily of the valley, rose, musk, and sandalwood. And I do seem to really be enjoying musk these days. And I've always been a fan of sandalwood, so I really love how this smells. I don't think that I would have even looked at this one. I don't think I would have even been interested in it based off of the note structure, but that just goes to show I need to kind of, you know, be a little bit more open-minded and broaden my perspective and my horizons, because I love this fragrance. So I'm really happy it didn't work out for my mom, because now it is in my collection and I just love it. Now, I don't know all that much about it. I don't know about the lasting power or anything like that. I've only tested it out on my hand real fast. I haven't given it a proper wear, so I can't tell you about performance at all, but I can say that I have been surprised at how much I love this, and I think this is going to make a fantastic summertime scent. Okay, up next is another fragrance that was not on my radar at all, and I don't hear anyone really talking about this. I heard one person talk about this recently, and that was Gourmandy, and she was talking about Clinique, My Happy Cookies and Kisses, the EDP. I remember when she was talking about this, I remember it kind of piqued my interest because she was saying, you know, good things about the fragrance. I remember it piquing my interest, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then I had a coworker who brought this perfume in. She had bought it. She brought it in for me to smell because she knows that I am a perfume junkie. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm putting that on my wish list. This is gorgeous. So I was really shocked, you guys. This smells incredible. So a few months back, I had tested out By the Fireplace, and I really loved it. Like, I love the way that it smells, but I determined I don't really want to smell like it. It smells like a crackling fire. It literally smells like wood burning by the fireplace, but without like that smokiness. It was just so interesting to me, and I really did enjoy it. But I realized I'd rather have like my home smell like that during the winter time or the fall than have me smell like that. It smelled just a little bit too masculine for me. And so I decided to mix it with my Vanilla 28, which I really loved that. It kind of took it from being too masculine to a little bit more on the feminine, sweet kind of side, and it really made it a little bit more wearable for me. But I really have been debating on whether I want to get, you know, By the Fireplace. Do I really want to have to mix 2 perfumes every single time just to wear that one? And I really just kind of have been dragging my feet on that basically. And now I do not need to buy By the Fireplace because I found this. This is my By the Fireplace. This is the By the Fireplace for me. This is a feminine, sweet, delicious version of that fragrance. So there's pink pepper, apple, and bergamot in the top. And then you have chestnut, pimento, balsam fir. You also have some guaiac wood. There's some sandalwood. There's some ambroxan in here. But yeah, this literally smells like a much more feminine, sweet version of By the Fireplace. It's delicious. Now, I know the name Cookies and Kisses can be a little bit misleading because this doesn't smell anything like cookies. It smells like you're roasting chestnuts, but there's something sweet that you're roasting as well, like a dessert. It's not overpowering. You can definitely smell that chestnut that's in there, but it's not too much. This is a much more toned down, softer, sweeter, my version of By the Fireplace. Now, this is another fragrance that I don't see myself reaching for at all right now. This is 100% a fall fragrance, but I cannot wait. When fall comes, I will be wearing this a lot. I could only find this size bottle. I can't find a bottle of this in anything bigger than this. As soon as summer is over, I will definitely be in the mood for this. It's just so warm and cozy, and yeah, fall is the perfect time for this fragrance. So this next gift was a total surprise that was bought for me on the spot. So when I woke up yesterday, my husband had my gifts out, I opened them up, and then we got ready and we went out, you know, to not really shop, but just kind of like window shop for me to sniff. I just wanted to sniff perfumes. That's what I wanted to do yesterday. But the gifts in my mind were over. You know, I had opened up my gifts and I was really just going to do some research. I really had no intention of buying anything or anything like that. So I was sniffing around and my poor husband was with me all day and that's not really his favorite thing to do, but he was such a good sport. I was having him smell things, telling me what he thought of them, and I was just kind of making mental note of what my favorite perfumes were that I had smelled that day, which ones I wanted to bring into my collection and which ones I don't. So we went to lunch afterwards and he asked me, you know, what was your favorite perfume that you sniffed? And so I told him which one I liked the most, and he went back and bought it for me, which was a complete and total surprise. And it was just the sweetest, most romantic thing. So this perfume will never leave my collection. I don't want it to leave my collection because I absolutely love it, but this will never leave my collection because my husband bought it for me on a whim as a surprise because he's just such a sweetheart. And this is by Tiffany & Co. This is the Intense version. The packaging of this is just so incredibly gorgeous, and I cannot get enough of this bottle. I think this bottle is so incredibly beautiful. Look at how just absolutely stunning this is. It looks like a diamond or something. I don't know. It's got that kind of like light Tiffany blue hue to it that I really enjoy, and it just looks so classy and sophisticated and elegant, and I am shocked that I love this perfume, you guys, because this is not really my typical kind of fragrance. The main accords on here is powdery, and I would have to agree, but I kind of get more musk. But there's vanilla in here as well, which kind of helps to sweeten the fragrance up. It just, to my nose, it's just this perfect combination between powdery, musky, and sweet vanilla. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance, you guys. I knew I liked this fragrance already. I had already tested it out a while back ago, and it had been on my wish list for so long, but I kind of wondered if I would wear it, like if it would be a wearable fragrance for me, because it smells very upscale, very, very classy, like something I would only want to wear to like a fancy dinner or something very formal or something, you know, something very fancy, because it just smells like a luxurious type of perfume to my nose. There is pear and pink pepper in here, so the pear helps to make this a little sweet as well. I did have the Tiffany Rose Gold perfume, which I did a full dedicated review on, and I really liked that fragrance a lot, but I ended up gifting that to a friend of mine because it just didn't fit me. Like, it smelled amazing and I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't quite sweet enough and it just didn't feel like me. It was very formal and very serious. And my friend, who is a college professor, she loved that fragrance. She smelled it and she fell in love, and I ended up just giving her my bottle because it just fit her so much better than it fit me. I remember thinking that this one was my favorite. Out of all the ones I had tested and smelled, this one was my favorite. So yesterday I went back to it and smelled it and I was like, I love this. It's so good. I'm also a really, really big fan of pink pepper, and I get a little bit of that in the opening. So when you put pear and pink pepper together, I'm usually going to like it. And then there's this iris in here. It's so good. There's rose and jasmine. And then of course there's musk. Like I said, it's very musky, and I'm really into musky fragrances right now. There's this cashmerian note in here, so it just feels really like smooth as well. There's benzoin, vanilla, amber, and then there's also carrot seed in here. If I had smelled this, I wouldn't know there's carrot seed in here. You know what I mean? But now that I know there's carrot seed in here, like now that I see that, I kind of pick it up, you know? I don't think I would have just been able to smell this and been like, oh, hey, that's carrot seed. I do pick it up a little bit now that I know that it's in here. Hopefully that makes sense. I think the carrot seed just helps to like make this a little unique. It's not like anything else I own in my collection. I don't feel out of place when I wear it. Like when I wore the rose gold, I just didn't feel like me. I thought it was beautiful, but it just didn't feel like me. This one feels a lot more like me. I'm just so happy to have it. It's beautiful. It's just stunning. The bottle is to die for. This is a great performing perfume, lasts all day. There's a beautiful scent bubble around me. I'm wearing it right now and I can just get wafts of it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's stunning. All right guys, last but certainly not least, this is my like big ticket gift. This was the gift that was kind of the big deal, you know what I mean? The big ticket item, and it was between this one and another one. So I had two kind of more expensive fragrances that I really had my eye on and I couldn't really pick between. I was trying to decide between this one and Oriana by Parfum de Marly. I really still want that fragrance, but this one actually won over that one. And this is by Kilian. This is Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. I got a chance to test this out before I decided that I wanted to get a full bottle of it, and I fell so head over heels in love with this fragrance, you guys. I don't even have words to tell you how much I love this fragrance. But it comes in this little box here, which is just super pretty, and the bottle is absolutely stunning. I like the detail on the side. You can't really, there, if I turn it that way you can see it. But more than that, you guys, I just love the way that this smells. So I've told you guys before, if you've been watching my channel, you know I really do like the original Love. I think it's really, really pretty. It's really fun to wear. But I had such a hard time paying the price for it because it didn't last very long, and I just couldn't quite get there. It makes me think of Fruity Pebbles, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a super fun and enjoyable fragrance. I really do like it. I actually have a decant of it and I actually have a dupe of it, but I didn't want to pay full price for a full bottle. This one was a different story. This was the Love Don't Be Shy for me. The extreme version is definitely the one that I prefer. To me, on my skin, it has much better performance. So I was lucky enough to have a friend who owned this already, and she let me test it out and try it. So I was able to test it out and try it and make sure that I really did want this perfume because the sucker is expensive. I wore it and I was like, I have to. I just have to. I have to get it. So I have no regrets. I have no regrets whatsoever. This is absolutely stunning. So this does smell a lot like the original Love Don't Be Shy in my opinion, but they added in some rose to this, and to me that just makes it. It takes it to the next level. So there's neroli and bergamot, there's Bulgarian rose. It smells incredible. Bulgarian rose, orange blossom, and then you have that marshmallow, which really is very prominent. I almost feel like the marshmallow is a little bit more prominent in this one than it was in the original. My nose just seems to like make it out a little bit more. There's vanilla, musk, and pomegranate. To me, this one has a lot more character. This one's more unique. It's powdery. It's got that nice rose touch to it, so it's just a little bit more on the floral side. It kind of cuts the sweetness down just a little bit, not a lot. It's still a very sweet fragrance, so if you don't like sweet perfumes, you are not going to like this. This is very sweet. But in my opinion, the rose kind of anchors the fragrance a little bit more. It's almost like if somebody took powdery, fluffy marshmallows and mixed it with like Turkish Delight. That's what it reminds me of. Turkish Delight and powdery, fluffy marshmallows. And I'm a big fan of rose, so I really just think it's beautifully done in here, and I'm so happy, so happy to have this fragrance, you guys. And like I said, I do think that the performance is better on this. This is still not a beast. This is not a beast mode fragrance, but I had no issues with it. I had a beautiful scent bubble around me. I got compliments on this fragrance when I wore it, and it lasted for a good 6+ hours. I think it was a good 6 to 7 hours that this lasted with no issues, and I find it to be one of the most enjoyable fragrances that I have in my collection. No regrets. It was worth every single penny, and probably my favorite perfume that I got for my birthday. All right, you guys, and that is it. So those are the perfumes I got for my birthday. I'm super thankful. I'm super excited, and I cannot wait to play with these and test them all out some more. And let me know in the comment section if you guys have had any new perfumes in your collection. What perfumes have you guys been enjoying these days? Let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions for me. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!